Hello, thank you for tuning in to this week's reads. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, for the main tarot, I'm going to use the Thelema Tarot. Artwork by Renata Lechner. Over here on the side if you want to see how to spell that person's name. And the website is losgarebo.com. If I can get it close enough. If you want the spelling and you want to check it out, feel free to do so. Supportive Oracle Cards, You Are Clairvoyant Oracle Cards by Belinda Grace. Illustrations by Elaine Marzin. The website here on the back is rockpoolpublishing.com.au, A as in apple, U as an umbrella. I also use some dice. The larger dice, it's 21-sided, which does omit the Fool, but it's still good. I just make it work. I believe that came from mathartfun.com. Hopefully, if you are trying to read that, you can read that. This is going great. Hopefully you can. mathartfun.com. I don't know how it's looking on camera, but hopefully you can see it if you're trying to see it. The smaller dice, the 14-sided, which I use to determine the card I'm using for the minor arcana, came from Tom Anders, and there's the website on there, which I can't read right now, but if you freeze frame, you can get it. There's also this code. You can use that if you're interested. Feel free. All right, so if you're interested in a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com, james4astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. And without further ado, let's go on to your read. Hello, Pisces. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Pisces? Ooh, the World card showing up. Do we like this? Do we not like this? Okay. The world is your friend. A change is coming forward. It does feel like it's a slow change. Sooner or later, things are going to change. It's not bad, but there's something like, I think somebody new is coming into your life. And like, this energy is kind of looming around you in a weird way. I wouldn't say that they're like stalking you, or I don't even know if they're really aware of you that much right now. But it's almost like this energy keeps trying to get close and never gets close enough. I always feel like, you know, when you do connect with this person, it could be a friendship, it could be more. It's a significant relationship in one way or another. So it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be a business relationship. It could be a friendship. Somebody's like, it's just like when you start to get to know this person, and I feel like it's going to be like, oh, you were a part of that? Oh, yeah, well, that's funny. You know, I had just left that situation like 2 or 3 months before you entered it, or stuff like that. I feel like it's kind of like we have similar connections, similar things. We're in the similar places, just not at the same time. This friendship has been trying to come in for a while, is what I'm getting. Friendship, or it could be more. It could be more. Take it with a grain of salt. I keep getting near misses, like we just didn't connect. For some of you, this is definitely somebody you've known of, but never had the chance to really get to know. Is there a foundation here? I don't know. I feel like near misses. I keep getting it's either, for example, you worked at the same place they did, but not at the same time. You know, stuff like that. Or you did work at the same place at the same time, or something like that, and you just didn't have a chance to really get to know each other. You knew of each other, but not well. 3 of Pentacles, in and out, and the Emperor, half in and half out. The Emperor is a little weird for me. I feel like the other person was sorting things out. One of the reasons you haven't connected until fairly soon, if not already, is because there were things they had to sort out for whatever reason. Doesn't make anybody a good or bad person. It just, you know, that's how life is. There's just things going on. You got to sort things out. And I just keep getting the reason this didn't connect until this next moment coming up, be it a friendship or more or whatever it is because the other things that had to be sorted out would have gotten in the way and could have kind of like cheapened the connection, could have like, you know, watered it down a bit. So things have gone a different road purposefully. It's not just kind of like, oh, I just missed. It's not like you've been missing out. It's just kind of like, now is the time where this is going to make sense. The world is very interesting. I feel whoever this person is, be it just a friendship, be it a business connection, or be it romance, whatever it may be, I'm getting, this is going to be a very deep, important relationship for the rest of this life, or at least for the rest of, like, as long as you're both alive, it'll be important to both of you. When one of you passes on, the other will remember the other very fondly. I keep getting like things are coming together purposefully, and it's kind of like it's changing the scope. It's changing how your life is going. This could be a very important changing how you live life type of connection. Not in the sense of like they show up and all of a sudden I live in a mansion, not like that. But like the more you get to know this person, the more you get out there and do things, and vice versa, them too. And you just start to explore things. Maybe there's things you already do well that you're doing more with. Just the energy kind of builds up, and it's stronger. It's stronger. This is a good complementary energy for you. Before I show this, let me just, because I'm like, what is this about? I feel like there's something you need help with is one of the reasons also that this energy is coming in. You need help with something? Something isn't on point. No, that is the Emperor reversed. And then the Four of Cups reversed. The Four of Cups reversed is kind of like accepting things the way they are, even though you probably shouldn't, or accepting things the way they are and not feeling happy with it. When I get this Three of Swords, I don't think this is a new thing. There's something here that just kind of holds you down. I don't think this is new. So like I wouldn't fear this Three of Swords. It does talk about heartbreak, but I feel like I've been living with it for a while. It's almost like, you know, just having like missing the connection or not having people to relate to that I need, not feeling like I'm around people who really understand me. Maybe you're off on your own a lot. Maybe something about this is like, I feel like that Three of Swords isn't new. And this connection is going to help you find different ways to handle that Three of Swords. I feel like they're also familiar with this Three of Swords energy, and they've been working on different ways to handle it as well. Or it could be vice versa. It could be one of those things that just kind of looms over you, but you've found ways to deal with it, and it's going better, and you might be sharing this information and working with this other person, and you might build on each other and help pull each other up as much as possible. I don't feel like that Three of Swords energy is new. I just feel like it's something that just kind of like, it's almost like, you know, if you have a job that you really don't care for, or maybe there's like somebody in your life that you have to deal with and you don't really want to, or maybe it's the location of where you live and for some reason you don't like where that is for whatever it is. It's like they seem to relate to it and there's a way to help things go better for you. Something like that. Maybe it's financial status, something like that. Something that's not new. I don't feel like this is new. It's not like, I wouldn't worry about the Three of Swords showing up. I feel like you're just already living in it and it's just kind of, you're dealing with it probably daily. As this person comes in, and I see them trying to come in, it starts slow. It starts bold but slow. In the sense of like they have no problem talking to you. No problem at all talking to you. But I don't feel like they're busting down the door. They're just kind of like, hey, how you doing? Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Just thought I'd introduce myself, blah, 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 blah. They have no problem talking to you. I don't feel like it makes you uncomfortable either, quite frankly. But especially because they just kind of say hello, but they're not really pushing into your business. Okay, the Empress, we like that. And then the Six of Cups, half in, half out. Okay. When I say this, there's going to be some of you who just know what I mean. If it just doesn't seem to make sense, don't worry about it, move on. But this is going to be somebody that you've never... I feel like I know them even though I don't know them, is the best way I can describe it. It's like when you meet somebody and you feel like you know them even though you don't know them. You just have this level of comfort. You just feel like you know them even though you don't know them. That's what that's the Six of Cups, half in, half out. Like, there is history between you, but I don't feel like you're aware of it. It's one of those things. And the Empress card is telling me you have a mutual, like, concern for each other. Not concern, what's the word? Adoration? Maybe adoration. Like, you'll look out for each other. It's kind of like, you know that this person will look out for you, and you want to look out for this person. It seems to be on the same level. Kind of like, if I look out for them, they'll look out for me, so I need to make sure I look out for them because I know they're going to look out for me. One of those type of feelings. That balance stays good as long as we both keep looking out for each other. Even if they seem like they're the more boisterous connection, if that's possible in this situation, make sure you always give your information. Make sure you always keep the other person in the loop about what you're seeing, what you're thinking, what you're feeling. As long as you keep talking with this person, I think it's going to be easy. It's my opinion. I'm a Pisces. I do think Pisces do this thing where we just keep talking, and then turns out we know things, but we don't know we know what we know. I don't know how to make that sense. It's like we'll say stuff, and we'll just use certain words, and the other person we're talking to is just they just kind of look at us like, how did you know that? And we're like, you know what? What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, we don't know what we know. We don't realize what we know. We hit on things without realizing we're hitting on things. So you're going to be very helpful in that sense. Most Pisces, I feel like, do that without even realizing it. Unless somebody else points it out, you have no idea you said something that's very important. I remember I had a few, not interviews, what do you call it, reviews at work, and I would start talking, and they'd be like, it's funny you said that. It's funny you said, I got that comment all the time. Funny you said that. And I'm like, is it? Is it funny? Funny you said that, because this, and that's happening. Funny you said that. I'm like, oh, is it? You're going to want to hang out with this person, but I feel like you're going to hold yourself back. You're going to want to hang out with this person, but you're going to hold yourself back for whatever reason. Is there any advice for that? Seven of Cups, and the Hanged Man, the Hermit. You're not really sure where to go with it, but you do want to hang out with them, but I feel like you really want to do it, but you're kind of like, I don't know, I feel like I'm just like reserved, but I want to do it. And you're really excited, you really like them, whoever they are, you like them, whatever context it is, friend, more, coworker, whatever it may be, that you really like hanging out with them, you really like that feeling, but it's also at the same time, it's like, it doesn't seem to be happening just yet, and I feel like there's a little bit of a panic energy, like, I don't want this connection to slip away, but I don't know what to do with it. Don't worry about it. Things are going to come forward on their own. There's a building. This other person has no problem talking to you, so I feel like you'll have no problem talking with them either. But there are things that they don't share in the beginning. There's this being happy with something. This is that energy again of like accepting something that I'm not really liking, but feeling like I have to accept it. That energy again, because I feel like there's this energy that's shifting for you. Something just about this person being in your life, that energy is starting to shift for you. I do see them continually talking to you every now and then. I feel like they just kind of pop up out of nowhere. I just feel like they just pop up and just talk to you. Don't feel stressed about it. Just roll with it for the time being. Just go with that random energy that they're going. Just be your natural self, your natural charming self. You'll be fine. This will go to the next level when it's ready. I don't feel like you have to stress about it, but I see this tendency like I want to do my part. I want to show them that I like them too, but I don't want to be weird, and I feel like I'm getting in my head about it. They're like, you don't have to stress yourself out about this. You don't have to. Just roll with it. The Cthulhu to me is also like a version of the World card. That just seems to be how I always read Cthulhu, but take it with a grain of salt. I'm more of an intuitive reader, just to be fair. It's coming forward, and I feel like things are just happening in their own time, and it's very random in the beginning. Nothing really is kind of like stable in the beginning. It's just random here and there. I feel like this is going to go on for at least 2 to 3 months before it gets stronger. And then there's going to be something that changes the connection in a good way. You have a really good ending. Again, this could be friendship, coworker, or it could be romance. It's a general read. Take it with a grain of salt. The Lover's card comes in, half out. And then the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so they want to give you a chance. They feel really good about you. So the Ace of Cups, that's not the Ace of Cups. That's the Chariot card. This is the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is showing up. I feel like they're giving you a great offer. Something that, you get to hang out with them. It might be a game, like a weekly game, maybe a monthly game. It could be a project or something that they're like, we need another person for this project if you want to be a part of it, Pisces. Something like, I feel like they're inviting you to something. They're into something, they're doing something, and they're trying to see if you're interested. I think that you're going to actually go for it. I'm not really sure if you're into what they're offering, but I feel like you're not against it, if that makes sense. So, for example, I'm going to use the game Dungeons & Dragons, for example. Maybe it's something you don't really know much about, but you're just like, I don't really know much about it, but I'm willing to try if you got the time to explain it to me. It's like a game thing. It's a game thing. It's a role-playing game, if you don't know. I feel like you'll give it a shot just to see how it goes, and I feel like it's going to be much more exciting than you thought. It could be joining a bowling league. It could be, like, for example, an environmental organization and, like, helping out in that type of thing that they're like, we need another person if you are willing to help. Whatever it is, you fit right in, and I feel like you really do enjoy it and you feel really good about it. So, and this is where that connection really gets strong. And I feel like from then on, I don't feel like there's much stress about the connection or trying to not lose the connection. I feel like it just kind of goes forward in its natural energy and it's fine. So I feel like this reading's a lot about don't stress yourself out, roll with it, let it happen the way it's going to happen, and then just be aware there's going to be an offer somewhere down the line. Just be honest and say if you like it, or if you don't know about it, tell them, hey, I don't know much about that, but I'm willing to help if you really want to show me what to do. I don't have a problem with it. From that point on, it should be smooth sailing. This energy does feel like a leader energy I'm getting. They have been, just some heads up about them. I don't want to miss this because I think it's important. They've been burned a lot. People have been, I feel like, flat out rotten to them. If for some reason you're very disarming in that sense, they don't really feel like they have to worry that you're going to like come up from behind and stab them. They don't feel that way. But it is stressful, and I feel like every now and then you might see like weird looks from them, or they might just act a little cold once in a while, or they might just be a little off, like the energy just might be a little off once in a while. I feel like they're healing from people just being flat out nasty to them, just out of nowhere. And they don't really have that worry for you, but sometimes when those familiar songs start to play in their head, they just do the same dance they're used to. They're like, oh, I have to be on guard. It doesn't even have to be you that triggered it. It could be somebody else during the day that triggered this energy. And then because they're comfortable with you, you actually see it. And Pisces tends to be quite sensitive. You might pick up on something that most people aren't picking up on and know that the energy is a little off. They're healing from that. So just be aware of that, because I feel like people have been flat out nasty to them. So it's something they're trying to heal, something they're trying to move forward through. So if you get that energy once in a while, that's where that's coming from, and that's a journey that they have to take on their own. I mean, you can't take that journey for them. They have to go through that journey. It's just something to have a heads up on. Okay? Anything else? I think we're good. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.